Welcome to Lightning Talks, everyone. Thanks for coming. If you're joining through Common Ground, we appreciate you being here live so you can participate in the chats. If you're watching on our X account or on our YouTube account, we appreciate you there as well. This is the 16th Lightning Talk event put on by the team at Keys, where we give community members a 5-minute spotlight to talk about whatever they'd like in whatever medium they prefer. With these lightning talks and ultimately Keys in general, we are trying to set up an environment where information and knowledge is constantly being shared and dispersed. Come and share because your words may spark inspiration in the minds of others and drive new innovation in the Luxo ecosystem. Quick disclaimer. People may choose to use this time to talk about a project they're working on or something they may have invested in. Keys does not endorse anything brought up in these chats, and as always, do your own research. Today, we have 5 people scheduled to present today. Looking down in the crowd, it looks like a couple of them are already here. As always, if during these lightning talks you feel like you'd like to come up and give one and you're sitting down in the audience, not scheduled to, just raise your hand at the end and we can get you in. As always, if any questions for the lightning talkers, feel free to send them in the chat. We can ask them those questions after they present. We don't have any order for today, but if there's anyone in the crowd that's looking to present today, feel free to raise your hand and we can get you up here. I know we're missing, looks like we're missing 2 of the talkers. Alex, if you'd like to go first, that would be awesome. I know Kaylin is maybe dealing with some technical difficulties as well on Common Ground. But she just sent a message, so it looks like she's here as well. Yeah, Jack, you might have to pinch hit and go first, as we're waiting for other people to fill in as well. But put me in, coach. The hand is raised. We appreciate it, Jack. Get you on up here. There we go. Jack, longtime Luxo community member, Cupco founder, the Pop Protocol founder. How are we today?
We great, Sage. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fantastic. I can see you great too.
All right, let me share this screen. We'll dive in. All right, hit it.
Cool. Your 5 minutes are starting now. Go ahead.
Sweet. All right, hey, Lightning Talks. Jack Rills here with representing Cupco, kind of a collective brew from Ari, Gem, and myself. So, kind of just a little bit about who Cupco is and what we've done to date. Cup has offered early participants a way to remember and celebrate being up early with on chain art. We crafted those 7 beans you can kind of see on the side there. And that was our initial brew. That is our first on chain art project. And it is actually the first on chain art or on chain object. We took second place to Burnt Picks, and we'll accept that. So now we are crafting the first on chain PFP. We've named them the Based Baristas. Based Baristas are pioneering NFT 2.0 by using the LSPs to exemplify the power of on chain metadata that is made accessible via the Luxos standards. Here's a little bit about how we're doing it. So each PFP is painted by layer. Gem sat down and by hand crafted multiple layers of multiple varieties of different, animals and people and different traits. And then Ari is creating the code to then layer them and store the images via smart contracts completely on Luxo. This will be a 100% fully decentralized PFP. So here's just how it's made. Your bean is going to impact your background color. So this is an example of my PFP, and I use a blue bean. So I happen to roll the blue person. That will be random. The shirt that you get random, the hairstyle you get random, um, any other drip that happens to show up random. All done on chain, RNG, and rendered and stored completely on Luxo. So here's a little bit more about how it works. We did include the quantities of everything, and we're kind of saying, hey, we will do a public sale. And in addition to that, anyone who holds a bean today will be able to claim a base barista at no added cost. So you can kind of see starting with pink, working our way to the black background, which is the public background. The pink bean will give you a pink background on your barista. The gold one will give you a gold background on your barista. Blue, blue. All four browns will give you the same brown background. That's going to create, a really cool dynamic distribution of colors. And it's also referencing the GM Beans on-chain trait to then select, what background you get, which is an example of, why NFT 2.0 is so powerful and what these Luxo standards can actually enable. And it's a use case for storing data on chain. We will be doing 4,200 available at public. That will have a mint price. We are still determining what that will be. So at this time, we are just clarifying that there will be a public and it will have another collection of 4,200. So there will be a total of 8,400 based baristas, 4,200 directly to holders of the GM bean, referencing the bean color, bringing that forward into the PFP that defines NFT 2.0, while at the same time offering access to anybody who may not have a GM Bean or who just doesn't want one. Then you can go get a black background PFP, which again, I think those hit pretty hard. So today, to kind of celebrate this on-chain announcement and the era of 2.0, NFT 2.0, we're doing a pink bean giveaway. This is a one of 42 pink background based baristas. This is the pinnacle of the collection. The pink bean is a symbol of those who brew on Luxo, and this is a fully on-chain bean. We're going to launch the guild giveaway right now. I'm probably just going to do it now, Sage, because we got to drop the tweet. And then, kind of right as this talk ends, I will activate the guild quest and it's go time. It's 48 hours. We are verifying that you're a holder of a GM bean first and foremost, because this pink bean giveaway is meant for the holders of GM bean, the people up early who have universal profiles that brew this future actively. And we want you to retweet on X from our Cup account to help with the boost and the awareness of this on chain effort. It's a lot of work. Transparently, this is a lot of work to get this stuff to layer correctly and the contracts to flow and the way we're doing it, which we're incredibly proud of. It is the whole website, it is all the smart contracts, all the trades, the entire back end, the entire front end is all being developed by Cupco with Ari Gem and myself. Please celebrate this drop with us. Participate in the Pink Bean giveaway. I'll drop a link in the chat after this. This will be a 48-hour giveaway, so there is time. Tell your friends. Let's get the people to know. The first on-chain PFP is dropping on Luxo, bringing about NFT 2.0. Join us on Common Ground, exclusively on Common Ground, and follow us on X, which we still call Twitter. Thanks, everybody.
Great work, Jack. Another fantastic presentation brought to Lightning Talks. Another great Lightning Talk right around the 5-minute time. As a bean holder myself, very excited for this drop, and I will definitely be getting in on that challenge, or sorry, the giveaway. Throw that link to Jack into the chat so people can get it right away. And then I'll grab that link. And as always, we're going to post all of these relevant links on our YouTube description and below the tweet on Twitter so that everybody can see everything that's going on as well.
Thank you, Sage. I just retweeted it. Sorry, I just tweeted it off the Cupco X account. I'm going to make that guild link live, and I do recommend that people use their universal profile, connect to guild first, and then retweet. That way guild will count that you retweeted it. Otherwise you'll retweet it twice, which we're fine with, but we don't want your feed to be too many retweets of us. Haha. Or do we? But thank you for the
Or
talk,
do
Sage.
we?
Or do
Of
we?
course.
Send it.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Jack. Thanks for coming up first too. Thanks for pinch hitting, Lightning Talk veteran. So it's nice to lead off with a good example for some of the others that haven't been able to step up yet. Um, with that said, whoever is up to talk for the rest of the show, feel free to raise your hand and come up. It looks like Natalie's still trying to make her way in here, and Johannes told me that he's going to be a couple minutes late. So Kaylin or Alex, if either one of you guys would like to go up, um, feel free to raise your hand in that little bar down there and we can get you up here. There we go. Alex's hand is raised. Alex, founder of Errata Labs, decently new Luxo ecosystem participant. How are we today? Can't hear anything. You might still be on mute. The unmute button is in the little bar next to like the fire emoji and stuff down there. Trying to get off. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it takes a moment. There we go. Oh, he's down. Well, we'll see him reconnect in a second here. In some of this downtime. Okay. Yeah, Natalie's still making her way in here. We'll see if Alex can join back and we'll get him up here. In the meantime, yeah, Jack just dropped the link to that Cup Guild quest. Make sure to go check that out. Another kind of announcement, we'll have another Keys community spaces for as a Luxo community space will be taking place tomorrow, 10 a.m. East, around the same time that it is every week. Don't forget to check that out. And last week's space that we held after the spaces with Fabian and Mario Fall was quite a good one as well. That one is worth a listen. We got Alex back now. Let's see if we can get Alex up here. There he is. Alex, how are we today? Let's see if the mute button works.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry about all that technical issues.
No worries, man. How are you today?
Good, good. And thank you for asking me to do this, and thank you for having me. I wanted to go right after Jack's with the Coffee Bean Cupco project because, Jack, he knows why. Because we're currently doing a tournament that they are the sponsor of for the Candy Zap game platform.
Sweet.
So
yeah, looking forward to hearing that. I will get 5 minutes on Lightning Talk, so I'll start your timer now. Feel free to spiel away. Go ahead.
Okay, great. As you know, I'm not sure if everybody knows, we have a product called Candy Zap. It's a LSP8 NFT, and we started this thing with just the NFT, and then we thought, let's put a game together to support the NFT. Then it turned into, you know what, let's make a mini game platform. So we currently only have the one game, but we just created another game to go on the platform yesterday, and we're looking for more games to put on the platform. These are small games that would basically be played on your phone or your PC, but it's not Fortnite. These small little games, but the difference is they are tournaments. I mean, what tournaments do you know for these small little games that people would just be playing while they're on the subway or wherever on their phone? So this we think is sort of new to Luxo, and we have gotten a number of sponsors. The first sponsor was from Fabian. I can never pronounce the last name, Fabian's last name. The German last name is, I just close to like Volkswagen, but it's not Volkswagen. And he put up the prize money. Then we had Pepito. They sponsored the next tournament, and then we had MetaHeads, and now we have Cupco, and the name of their tournament is the Baristas Cup. So we're excited about that. Look for posts. I'm actually, when I get off this call, there'll be the next post promoting the tournament, which has been going on a few days now. And we encourage everyone to go to candysap.com and play the Barista Cup, play in the tournament. It's, I believe it's 4 LYX to play in the tournament. And if you already have LYX, I think you can play, and it connects to your universal profile, and you can mint a Candy Zap so that you can play in the token or play in the tournament. So we want to thank the Barista Cup and the Cupco people again for stepping up and sponsoring our tournament. And really, what Candy Zap is about, it really is a vehicle that promotes other fellow people on the Luxo ecosystems projects. I mean, in your marketing plan or in your promotion plan, oh, you're going to use X, and you're going to promote here, there, you're going to be on Spaces, you're going to be on Lightning Talks, but also think of including Candy Zap in your promotional package, because your icons, your logos, the graphics of whatever your project is are used inside the game. So the sponsorship is fairly low price. It's pretty cheap, and we just think it's a great tool and a great vehicle to take advantage of, and we've been getting great response. So thank you to everyone, and please again go to candysap.com.
Thank you, Alex. That was fantastic. I think as a guy who's spent a decent amount of time on candysap.com already playing those games, it's very enjoyable to be able to connect my universal profile to a fun little online game and play as my up. Keys has yet to do to sponsor a Candy Zap tournament, but feels like there may be one sometime in the future at some point. But for now, definitely go take advantage of that Cupco one before it ends. Anything you'd like to say before we move to the next speaker there, Alex?
Nope, but just thank you guys again.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for coming. Great to hear from you. Again, anytime you want to come back, just let me know. Cool. Okay, that was Alex from Errata Labs, everyone. Next we have Kaylin. Let's see if we can get her up here. There she is. Kaylin, hello, founder of Magnetic, Luxo grant applicant. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Yeah, sorry
Oh,
about
that's
the
great.
some of the technical difficulties you
Oh,
had
that's
on
okay.
Common Ground earlier.
Hey, it happens. We all absorb that risk when we're treading new ground. So this is great. I'm thrilled to be here, and I appreciate the space and time. So I'm jazzed to tell you about what we're doing at Magnetic. And let me see if I can screen share so that you can see what I've got open.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are jazzed to hear about it as well. Let me know when you're good to go, and I'll start that timer for you. Yep, I can see your
Sure,
screen.
you can see the screen. Perfect. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, we'll get into it.
do it up.
So, Magnetic is a digital platform for brand communities. And the way that we frame consumer engagement these days is, it's a lot of megaphones on rented platforms. If you think about TikTok and Instagram and Patreon and Discord, we're all trying to connect the dots with our communities without a centralized place to gather them, or as we say, magnetize them. So, we built Magnetic as a multifunctional tool for whether it's a media brand, a CPG brand, a content creator, to push out any sort of two-way engagement that they want. And I've brought up the screen here. This is your profile is represented by a fridge. We've abstracted away the complexity of calling things NFTs, but all of these magnets and the perks that you get by being in a community are all NFTs. We call them magnets and mementos. And really, I'll just show you what it looks like to interact with a program like this top left corner here is May Motivation. Monique Baraducci is a master soul cycle instructor who has her own fitness community in New York City, and she runs challenges. That's sort of her media brand, and that is the way that she interacts with her community. So you can see that when she runs her program on Magnetic, you can actually click right into her workouts. She pushes workouts through the program or through the platform. So you can see that they can be full screen, you can play just like a regular video, but this is actually a minted NFT that is token gated for the members of the community on her platform. Now, if we were to go to her Magnet page, you can see that there are descriptors. We call this the little condo area where any brand or community who's running a community through our platform can they can create this dedicated space to tell you what they're about, link their socials, and then show you what you're actually pushing through as as your perks and benefits. So Monique does these workouts, and if you do 12 out of the 14 workouts in a given time frame, you get merchandise. There are polls, there's feedback, which workouts do you like the best? And we are currently building peer-to-peer chat. So now, instead of sending people all over the internet to interact with each other on Instagram and then get the videos on Patreon and talk to each other in Discord or Common Ground, and stay up to date via email, you can do it all through this one singular platform. And so that's sort of the long and the short of it. I'll leave the sort of, we could go on for days about the different types of activations, but what then Monique gets on the back end is really interesting. And if I've got the time, I'm going to show you. This is all, so the fact that we have a fridge makes it very easy for users because then they don't have to go all over to different white labeled sites or apps, right? They can interact with all their favorite brands and communities from their homepage, which is their fridge, which is super exciting because you streamline the user experience as well. And if I can get a little, hear me. I just want to show quickly the perks of being a creator on the platform as well for a brand. It is that you get really great insights and analytics. So from a brand perspective, you can see all of your stats and you can see graphical analytics that we show about your user count and who's joining when, what kind of money you've been able to make through monetization. But then you also get on a user basis, a singular user level, you can see what people are interacting with and what they're enjoying and what they're not. So you can sort of recalibrate your activations accordingly. You can schedule your activations. You can do this all in real time, or set up a program that'll run for 6 months on its own. You can drop things and schedule videos, let's say, to drop at 5 a.m. every morning, like Mo does. Or we've got CPG brands on platform like Coin Coffee, which might be of interest to some coffee lovers that I've heard through the first two talks. And they do digital art collaborations, and they push through tasting videos, and you can interact with not only the brand but the artists. You can do giveaways and Twitter shares, all from this very simple dashboard. And so the last thing I'll show you is if you were to do an activation, as we were talking about, as a brand, it's a very simple and straightforward. This is very Web 2 friendly. And you can pick, do you want to push out content, a merch drop, share request, poll, claim code? And that is as simple as quite literally 1, 2, 3, right? You can drag and drop your image, a memento name, a little description, and then you can do an airdrop or an incentive, which is just requiring people to complete something beforehand. And then you can pre-schedule it. And that's quite literally it. So we've made it very, very user friendly. So you don't have to be a blockchain enthusiast or expert to be able to even run these programs, but you do get the back end analytics that come with having all of this be on chain data. And the Luxo integration is, there are myriad, but the main feature that we were initially looking at sort of like dipping the toe in is logging in with your universal profile and then being able to connect the dots through what else you're using your universal profile for. And these analytics will actually continue to inform the brands and the communities that you opt into by showing you what you do in the other 23 hours of your day. Maybe you're an athlete or a fitness enthusiast, but you also love coffee and athletic greens and yoga and raves, right? It doesn't matter, but you can start to actually create a much more multidimensional experiential profile of what the folks in your communities do and like and love. And that facilitates collaborations, that facilitates brand partnerships. So we offer a lot of cross brand promotion and opportunities, um, for folks to have their own integrations. This is Mo's personal fridge, and then you can discover other brands that are on platform just by going to the discover page. So I'll wrap it there. I think I'm probably coming to close to time, but that is the run through of what we've built at Magnetic. And we're really jazzed to chat with anybody who thinks they want to activate their communities, engage in a more multidimensional fashion, and or just talk shop. I'm always available.
Very cool. Great presentation, Kaylin. That was great to hear about. I think this is like, I mean, this is one of the big selling points of universal profiles, right? Is the idea that you have one account that houses all of your information that is circulating around, right? You have your accounts here, you have all your data coming with you, right? And thinking that it could plug
Right.
in with something like this, which could then deliver an analytics dashboard and like kind of take the data and turn it to another level that's very interesting. I like it a lot.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for coming. As I
Forever.
said to Alex too, anytime you wanna swing back, we do these on a monthly basis, but little alpha here per August, we'll probably up that frequency to at least biweekly, if not weekly again. So if you have more updates to share from Magnetic at any point or anything else, feel free to send me a message and we can get you back up here.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And we are live, so folks are more than welcome to go. For now, we do Dapper Wallet and Gmail for login, but you can go and create your own account with a username and check out what we've got on platform currently. And like I said, if anybody wants to chat about bringing their own brand or their own creatorship on board, would love to have you.
Great, great to hear. And again, everyone will have all the links posted below on our on YouTube and Twitter. Thanks again, Kaylin, for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. It looks like we are still missing here Natalie and Johannes. Let me double check and see how it's going. Natalie's having some big trouble with getting on common ground right now. And Johannes said that he was going to be a bit late, and I still don't see him yet. Oh, is that Johannes as Crumpfig? That may be him. Rob, you want to bring up Crumpfig? Ah, you are Johannes. Okay.
Yeah,
Hello.
thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. How are you?
Perfect. Yeah, I'm fine. It's a little bit hot today, and I'm quite nervous, but other than that, I'm really good. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, no sweat. You got 5 minutes to chat about whatever you like and whatever medium you like. So if you're ready, 5 minutes will start, and it's all yours.
Yeah, all right. Let's start. Let's start right away. So today it's just me talking basically. So I want to talk about how I joined Luxo first, and because it was very much recently, and at the end I have a little book recommendation. So my name is actually it's Johannes. That's how you pronounce it. And I'm working for Luxo as a working student for 1.5 months now, and yeah, I'm studying biology and German to become a teacher, and yeah, that might leaves you wondering what am I doing at Luxo. So my journey started 3 years ago, and I made investment-free educational content on general blockchain topics, actually in German back then, and I reflected things like the power conception of Bitcoin and what is an NFT, technically spoken, and stuff like that. And back then I had some chats with Fabian, and he gave me some technical inspections because yeah, at the end I'm more of a teacher than a techie, and the technical part just has to be 100% right. And half a year ago, I've discovered the Luxo mainnet is finally online, and I participated actively. and like some now burnt pix became the big thing for me. And yeah, if anyone wants to talk about burnt pixels, you can always send me a message. And at some point, actually, while reading about the universal grave, I was like, okay, Knight, this is interesting. This is innovation, and it's not about the universal grave in particular, but more about the standard behind it. And if that's new territory for you, we can simplify it to it's about defining rules that are enforced for when you receive assets. So you maybe don't want it in your wallet because it scams something, or you want to split it with someone, or you want to automatically stake it. Whatever you want to do, you can do anything, and it's automated. And yeah, like it's one of my favorite buzzwords. It's very flexible, and this is where I fell into my personal rabbit hole of the Loxo standards, because at some point I realized that, yeah, I don't want to say every, but let's say most established blockchains just miss basic features that are mandatory, so that one day someone will use blockchain without understanding blockchain or knowing that it is used. Yeah, but I'm working on making educational on that on another day. My topic today resolves more around is existing approaches to digital identity, and this won't be something I've put together from scratch, but is rather kind of a really short book presentation, because there is a book laying around in our office called Plurality: The Future of Collaborative Technology and Democracy. It's an open source project, and it was released in April, and therefore you can download it for free by anyone. I think they appreciate a small donation of I think $4 or something like that, and then you are even part of the DAO around the advancement of this project. And the introduction of this book outlines the central theme of an ongoing conflict between technology and democracy. And the thesis is like, technologies such as social media and AI and financial innovations threaten democracy by increasing social isolation and economic inequality and political polarization and centralizing power, stuff like that. But the book aims to explore how technology and democracy can co-evolve positively, and how you can achieve a more harmonious relationship between tech and democracy. And since voting is a huge thing, obviously, in democracy, there is a quote I've written, and I want to read it out. That says, without a reasonably, for example, will be captured by whoever can produce the most false credentials, degenerating into a plutocracy. And it opens up with talking about what kind of digital identities are existing at this point. And on the one side, we have the government booth, where we have like the most traditional forms of identity, like the birth certificate. But all of these things on the one side are really trustworthy, but on the other side, it's hard to get them creating digital versions of them. And we have on the other side the tech giant booth with things like Meta and Amazon and Google, where we have like a single sign-on thing, which is really convenient. But on the other side, it means that all the tech giants can see everything you do across their platforms, which means they gain data about you and your shopping habits, and in the end you lose. And then there might be a decentralized identity approach. And this is, I think my time is going down as well. This is where I want to leave you hanging, because at the end you have to read the book, because it's really interesting, and it's about DAOs and how we can achieve democracy with modern technology, basically. Maybe. Thank you everyone.
Absolutely, Johannes. What was the name of the book again?
I'll send the link into the chat. It's Plurality. Yeah, Plurality.
Plurality. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely check that out. It sounds very interesting. I know, like, Fabian's always talking about how we don't have as much regen things going on Luxo, and the potential behind, changing voting structures and doing DAO things that are different than we've ever done before on Luxo. The potential for it is so high, yet we haven't seen any of it yet. So I'm curious to read that. Also curious to see some of that stuff happen on Luxo.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks again, Johannes. Appreciate it. And again, this is interesting too because like over the this is again the 16th lightning talk that we've done, and I've been stressing things like this over those 16 episodes that lightning talks don't need to just be like come on and talk about your project or talk about something that you're building or talk about something that's specific to Luxo. It can be a book that you enjoy or a voting strategy you like or really anything that you think is an interesting topic to talk about for 5 minutes. And Johannes, I think you're the first person aside from me to come on here and just talk about a random topic that interests us, that other people in the crowd might enjoy. And I thank you for doing so. I hope other people follow in your footsteps as well. Okay, Johannes is down. It looks like Natalie is not here. I'll stall for another couple minutes and send her a message. Again, if there's anybody down in the crowd that's interested in doing another 5 minutes while we're still live here, feel free to raise your hand and we can get you up here for your 5 minutes. Let me just send Natalie a message real quick. Um, Yeah, it seems like she's still having some common ground issues, um, which it was her first time joining it this morning. We probably could have did a test run, but it's all right. Maybe next week will or next episode, which I will make the event. I'll actually make the event while we're still stalling because she says that there's a chance that she can end up joining. But let me make the event right now. Um, for the next step or the next lightning talk will be next month, next the first Tuesday in August, which is the 5th. It'll be at the same time. We'll just do the same time for now because I know it works for our producer here, Rob. So we'll do 4 p.m. That's where I am right now in Portugal, which is 11 a.m. East to 5. I'll make it and share the link in the chat right now so you guys can make sure you um, I see Common Ground has an HD option now. Shout out you guys for shipping that. That's pretty cool. We'll do the HD, see what happens. Schedule event. Okay, to share the event. Okay. Yeah, if you go to the events tab in this Discord, you can go check it out. Here's the link right now, so you can set a reminder for it next week. This one will be in HD, so you'll be able to even see my face after the beach, even higher quality. Sounds so cool. But got Natalie confirmed for next week as well. So we'll be hearing from the VP of Marketing at Luxo next week. Unfortunately, not today, but that should be a good one regardless. And if you guys have any other friends or people in the community that you'd like to hear from, either send me a message to go try to recruit them for it, or send them a message yourself and tell them to hit me up. But other than that, a couple random announcements. We'll have another Keys Spaces tomorrow. It'll be at 10 a.m. East on our Twitter, on our X account. Just a Luxo community space. Feel free to come up and chat as much as you want. I know Jack will be there. He's there every Wednesday. I'll also be there. Who knows who else will be there? But the two guys will be probably cupcoing it up. Other than that, thank you to all of our speakers. Look forward to it. Again, this recording will be available on our Twitter and as well on our YouTube. All the links below it. So if you want to follow up on anything like that book Johannes brought up or the quest on the Cupco Guild, you'll be able to find the link there. So thanks again, everyone, for coming.